A few years ago, ideas that we talked about were thought to be fringe ideas, radical ideas, extremist ideas. Those ideas are now mainstream.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings.
Anybody from that cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
What's Uncle Tom but for white women who disappoint other white women?
So please, bring on the recession.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Dun dun. Here with me now is the host of Masters of the Illusion, Dean Cain, and Candace Owens, Communications Director for Turning Point USA. Wow, Candace, that is brutal. And they didn't have to do anything. They just showed the left in their own words.
It's brutal. It is phenomenal. It should be considered a work of art.
Did you cut that ad?
I did not cut that ad, but it should be considered a work of art, and we should call it Mirror. Because all they are doing, there are no words here other than their own words on the left. And I think that this is brilliant, and they need to actually see how they have been behaving, because they are not grasping it whatsoever.
This ad should run in every swing state across the country, Dean, and major airplay, because I think everybody needs to see it, because you know what, like you said, it just holds a mirror up to the left's radical behavior and agenda.
Here's the thing. You could probably cut 7 more ads with the amount of stuff that
what was on the cutting room floor? I mean, there's another there's 3 or 4.
They're just bringing out the first piece. There probably are more. There have to be more. I've seen so many things. That doesn't look good for them. That was a very, very effective ad, no question.
And speaking of the midterms, we have, I think, Joe Crowley, who is Nancy Pelosi's soon-to-be successor in New York, Democrat, and he got upset big time. The president weighing in.
One of my biggest critics, a slovenly man named Joe Crowley, got his ass kicked. By a young woman who had a lot of energy. She had a lot of energy. I guess he didn't see it.
And this woman he's talking about, this dragon slayer, is an avowed socialist who came out of nowhere and took down the establishment. Here she is in her own words.
I would support impeachment. I think that, we have the grounds to do it.
Not only does she support impeaching President Trump, here is her platform. You ready? Abolish ICE, raise taxes, free college, free housing, free health care, eliminate the IRA.
Oh, the NRA.
NRA.
I know.
Eliminate that too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the board of directors for the NRA, so I don't want that to happen for sure.
She wants to get rid of you and your slovenly look.
Slovenly. Wow. What a platform.
What a platform. And I support this platform. I think the Democrats should run on the platform of, her name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I think the more of Alexandria, the better it is for Republicans.
That is absolutely true. I support this 100%. The future looks optimistic for the Republican Party. And look, she is actually the manifestation of all of the left's extreme rhetoric. I don't actually think the Democrats are this far left, but this is what they have produced through their violent rhetoric.
And they actually may have a little Alexandria deep down in all of them. I think deep down there's a little Cortez in every single Democrat. They just try to hide that from the American people. I think the Democratic Party is going to try to kneecap her, Bernie Sanders style, the way they rigged it against her, because she's going to get so powerful and cause so much drama. She's going to have to be taken care of.
It's a split between the party. I mean, it's like a civil war between the party, and it's going to create all kinds of problems, and it's not going to help them at the voting booth at all.
There's a civil war, they say, in the Republican Party, Candace. I see it on the left. I see a big-time split between the people that want the street action, the street justice, the Maxine people, and Alexandria, and then, the people that understand you have to try to at least appear to be moderate to win elections if you're a Democrat.
That's correct. And I actually see a lot of liberal refugees, people that no no longer recognize the party that they were a part of. That would be me, correct? That's how I ended up on this side. So I think we're going to see a lot of people. We're going to see a lot of people moving over to Trump land because he's starting to sound a lot more like what we have wanted him to sound like in the past. Very presidential. What he is saying makes sense. And look, on the other side, you've got crazy socialism.
I know. Well, when you're a stable genius like the president is.
But look at his accomplishments.
Yeah.
The accomplishments you can't argue with. You can't argue with the unemployment numbers. You can't argue with the economic numbers. You can't argue with North Korea at the table. You just can't argue.
That's probably what's driving them so nutty. It's because he's winning and they can't handle it. And so they're just going nuts because that's all they know how to do. They just know how to protest, firebomb, yell and scream because they can't legislate.
No, that's exactly right. They incite violence at every single turn. And as I said, I am sitting quite comfortably right now. I'm very happy to see what is going to happen next.